This year has obviously been a very COVID-centric year, with most of us being concerned about catching the dreaded virus. But there are other conditions that people are worried about as well. And it's been found that 9% of all medical searches were with regards to migraines. Migraines are a neurological condition. They're often characterised by a moderate to severe headache, often one-sided, often throbbing in nature. You also get nausea, vomiting. Some people get sensitivity to light and sound or visual disturbances. And more often than not, in order for it to go away, you need to lie in a dark room. We don't know the exact cause of migraines. We believe it's an interplay between the nerve signals, blood vessels, and the chemicals within the brain. We also are aware that there's likely to be a genetic component to it, as it often runs in families. There are a number of common triggers for migraines that can include things like dietary triggers, caffeine, problems with sleep, changes to our routine, stress. Now, we all know that COVID-19 has meant that our routines have significantly changed, but we've also become a lot more stressed. A study conducted by King's College London showed that 57% of the participants reported anxiety and 64% of them reported symptoms of depression. Now, this is significantly higher than our usual background levels of anxiety and depression in the UK. It's not just migraines that are linked to stress. We've long been aware of the link between poor mental health and poor physical health. In fact, most of us have experienced this maybe in a minor form just before an exam, for example, or any time that we've been particularly nervous or anxious and then got an upset stomach. Now, in order to understand this connection between our mind and our body, we need to go back to evolutionary terms. If we had a perceived threat, it was important that our body was able to get up and go and have that fight or flight reaction. And so when that threat then went away, our hormone levels that gave us that fight or flight reaction would then come down. However, in modern day terms, where sometimes those stresses do not go away and they stay there chronically, our fight and flight hormones remain elevated, and that can be detrimental both physically and emotionally. So it's important to remember that these things are not always just in your head. You can certainly have both a physical and an emotional connection. And this is why it's as important as ever to focus on both our mental health as well as our physical health.